as mayor of the city, I want to thank the Christian community. I want to thank. How beautiful is it to see a packed Rose Theater here for Christian Heritage Month? And I remember being in Pakistan and meeting with Christian families there, telling me about how they feared for their life simply for the right to practice their faith. And Leslie will remember this. Leslie said to me, "Did you know they don't allow prayer at City Hall? What are you going to do about that?" And I said, "Well, we're definitely going to allow prayer at City Hall. We need prayer at City Hall." This culture right now that tramples on our heritage and our traditions in this country. And Christian-based organizations helping the least fortunate in our city. Incredible impact in our city. Shahbaz Bhatti was someone who fought for religious freedom in Pakistan and lost his life. I see my executive assistant Yeshua here. Now Yeshua, a Christian from Pakistan. Well, thank you, Monica. And how beautiful is it to see a packed Rose Theater here for Christian Heritage Month? How special is this? Joined here tonight by Councillor Rod Power and Councillor Owena Santos, and I know at the flag raising, which we had at 3 o'clock when it was a little bit chillier, Councillor Fertini and Vasante were there as well. And we're excited to host Christian Heritage Month in the Rose Theater, and I should note there is no charge for this rental. Our council unanimously passed a motion to waive any fees, because we are proud to be a city that celebrates Christian Heritage Month. And I want to say to Sam, I think it was 5 years ago, you came to our council to delegate why you wanted Brampton to be the first city to pass a motion recognizing Christian Heritage Month. Sam, that was a brilliant idea that has caught the attention of so many other cities. Thank you. Thank you for your leadership and what you've done here. And I have to say, having Leslie Morgan as the co-MC tonight is special for me. I'm going to share a story with you. When I was elected mayor 6 years ago, one of the first visits I got even before I had a mayor's office, was Leslie Morgan. And Leslie will remember this. Leslie said to me, "Did you know they don't allow prayer at City Hall? What are you going to do about that?" And I said, "Well, we're definitely going to allow prayer at City Hall. We need prayer at City Hall. We need prayer in our city." And ever since then, we've been proud to have Leslie there, and as she mentioned, she uses my boardroom. But we want to be a city that celebrates faith, understanding that it's a source of good in our community. When you're facing adversity, when you're looking for help, faith uplifts a community. Faith can move mountains. And so I have to say, it makes no sense why there's this political correctness where it tramples faith. And unfortunately, it's having more success than we'd like to acknowledge. To Tony Saldana, when he was talking about, why are we even having this debate? I watched the debate happen at Toronto City Hall, and they were arguing why they didn't want to recognize Christian Heritage Month. That literally just happened. And so there is this culture right now that tramples on our heritage and our traditions in this country. And I mentioned at the flag raising earlier, I still remember doing my first tree lighting in Brampton and being told to say a holiday tree. And I said, "I can't say holiday tree, it's a Christmas tree. It's a Christmas tree." But that sadly is not an isolated example. Leslie will tell you, she was told that she couldn't have gospel singing at Gage Park. And of course, we continue to rectify this, but I continue to learn more examples of where faith is silenced. Another example I learned about was there was always a Good Friday parade to City Hall with Our Lady of Fatima, and I was told that was canceled. And I said, why would we not want to celebrate Easter? Why would we not want to celebrate Good Friday? And of course, proud to welcome that event back, but there are so many examples like that. And when I look at our city, I see Christianity flourishing. I see Christianity as a gift to our city. I see so many examples of that. I have the privilege to go to events all over the city, and to see the work of the Lord is absolutely inspiring. You go to Knight's Table or Generation or City Serve and see Christian-based organizations helping the least fortunate in our city. Incredible impact in our city. Pastor Randy, looking at you here, the work you're doing on affordable housing is just another illustration of the love we see the Christian community pouring into our city, uplifting families. And so as mayor of the city, I want to thank the Christian community. I want to thank everyone in this room who does so much to uplift our community. And we're going to continue to be a city that doubles down on faith. In an illustration of that, Councillor Santos is here. You'll remember last term of council, we started a campaign in Canada to oppose in the courts, in a legal challenge, Bill 21 in Quebec. And once again, another example, just like Christian Heritage Month, caught fire with 35 other cities adopting the motion, our opposition to Bill 21 did as well. And that's now heading to the Supreme Court. But Bill 21 was a bill in Quebec that said you can't wear an article of faith. You can't be a teacher and wear a cross. That passed in Canada. You can't be a crown attorney. You can't be any government worker and wear an article of faith. Something as simple as proudly wearing your cross. How can that happen in Canada? And so I think part of the foundations of our country is religious freedom. And it's why we embarked upon that lawsuit to say we don't want that to be a precedent. But when I think of Canada, and there's a sea of people that would, you come to Canada, you won the lottery. This is the greatest country in the world. And part of those tenets are that freedom. And we can never lose that freedom. I see my executive assistant, Yeshua, here. Now, Yeshua, a Christian from Pakistan, and he was part of a group that have us recognized. We named a park, Shahbaz Bhatti Park in Brampton. Now, Shahbaz Bhatti was someone who fought for religious freedom in Pakistan and lost his life. And I remember being in Pakistan and meeting with Christian families there, telling me about how they feared for their life simply for the right to practice their faith. I saw the fathers here from our Coptic church in Brampton, and I've heard so many stories about the challenges Coptic Christians have faced in Egypt. Let it not be lost on us that in this country we have the ability to proudly celebrate our faith, but that can be easily lost, and it is. Christians do face persecution in this world. So Canada should be a beacon, should be an example as a country that doubles down on faith. And you have my commitment that we'll do our part in Brampton to do everything we can to push back against any political correctness that tramples faith, that tramples our traditions, that tramples our heritage. So it is an honor to be with so many here today, and we'll continue to look for venues to accommodate this celebration of Christian Heritage Month as you grow from a small gathering at the flagpole to an overpouring city rotunda, now the Rose Theater. I'm going to ask Sam, what's next? Do we need to book the CEA Center next year? Faith is contagious. So thank you for being here in such large numbers. God bless and happy Christmas.